So I've come down away from what is the A511 behind me. I'm right on the outskirts of Coalville, and I think this is going to be an interesting explore because I've come to find some old remains of railway tracks, railway lines and sidings which were once heaving and bustling with coal trains and other assorted goods trains in the area. Coalville used to be a bit of a mecca for things like that, and already we've got this in front of us. Look, a red brick bridge. Looks like it's at a bit of an angle. It seems to slope down a little bit on the left hand side. I'm going to hazard a guess there was a track bed up there. Absolutely deteriorated pretty badly, hasn't it? A bit closer look. Crumbled somewhat. Now there's green fencing there which doesn't look very old, so I'm going to assume there's still something network rail active or owned up there. Let's go through the bridge and see what we've got on the other side. I can see something pretty good in front of us, which is going to be even better than this. That's what we're looking like on the other side. I'm going to first of all have a run up there and have a look at that green fencing and the track bed. There's the A511 just over there. You can see moving traffic. I'm going to go up there and navigate my way up this embankment. There we go. So the track bed will come to an abrupt end around about there. Nothing to show you there, it's the main road, but this side, it does look quite interesting. So that's where we've just come from, look. It's a bit of a nature reserve down there. But here, this is interesting because this fencing doesn't look very old. You can see through there, look, this track. So this is what it looks like thanks to railmaponline.com. You've got the line going from left straight to centre and down the bottom. That is the Burton-upon-Trent to Leicester line, currently active, but I think there's very sparse workings goes along there, but it is subject to a potential reopening for passenger services in the future. We'll wait and see. The pink one is the one off to Loughborough, that's the Charnwood Forest line, but it's the Midland Railway, those yellow lines, that we are looking at. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. The area we're concentrating on is right slap bang in the middle now. It's some sidings next to Mantle Lane, right beside where the A511 is. The Midland Railway, the yellow line going northwards, would head off towards the Swannington incline and eventually loop right around to Ashby de la Zouche. So we're going to concentrate on this area. Now, it's a great opportunity for you to convince the wife or the husband and kids to come as well, because there's a nature reserve right next to this, so you could use that as an excuse to have a bit of a rummage down by these old railway tracks. A little look at this map dating back to around 1900, and you can see there is no A511, there is no industrial estate with all the supermarkets, shops on there. It is just fields and probably colliery land surrounding all this area, but you can see how thick and wealthy the railway is and how busy it must have been at this time. And with Mantle Lane directly below us, just the other side of the signal box, was the junction off, heading off towards Swannington, and also the subject of what we're about to uncover today in this video. Through there, look, we've got a set of buffers and a section of rail heading off back to what must be, well, it will be the active main line. Doesn't look like it's been used for a very long time though, does it? There's all manner of discarded sleepers down there in that V shape down there. That's where we've just been looking at the buffers just there. Bit of a culvert going off down there and some old sleepers and rail just there, look. So the buffers are just there, and this is where it stops, and it must have never gone any further. I can't see there being anything beyond this. I think it were just sidings, head shunts and whatnot. I'll show you quickly what it's like down here, and then we'll go and have a look over there at the other track bed. There's not really going to be anything to see here. But we'll have a look at everything, won't we? Just to cover all bases. So yeah, that's the A511 down there. Now this may have carried on because there was one that, I think it was the Snibston Colliery was over there. So this could have been a separate branch off into that. We'll look at maps and confirm that. But again, nothing beyond this. Looking back where I've just started, and I'm gonna head down to the other side. Down at the bottom, I can see rails. I can see rails up there. We're gonna go to the very end, back towards the 511 road, and we'll pick it up at the very beginning. But here, look at this rail. How on earth do you get it in that shape? What the heck? That's bonkers, isn't it? There's another one there, look. Heading off. You see the straight line going down there. Let's go around here. And I think we could get ourselves up on top. Yeah. It's a bit loose underfoot, but look at all this. Look at this. It's like a rail graveyard. So there's check rails in there. That's a point section, look. All manner of discarded railway pieces. Almost went back down the embankment there. It looks like this may have been a few tracks wide. It's quite level. And that's the remains of some sort of point work as well, isn't it? Some more over here. There's another one, look. A511 there. So whether there was a bridge there or that road was built since, I'm unsure. We'll check maps again. So a little reminder of what it looked like on this old map from around 1900. The A511 would have passed under around about here, and the route, as I said previously, headed up and looped around to Ashby de la Zouch. So this image and map of the railmaponline.com will show you that yellow skewed moon kind of shape going up, over and down to Ashby de la Zouch over on the left. So they do continue on, look. I'm going to step away from them a little bit and then we can reapproach them again. Just here, look. There's that point section, look. Just there. So it clearly split into two somewhere, just there. Look at that. Some old discarded wooden sleepers just there, look. I'm going to try and push on a little bit further along here. I don't think this bit goes that far. So point of reference, look, you could just make out that light in the middle. That's that bridge where we began, and the other track bed above it. Here we go, look, it's still here. Right, it's going to come to an abrupt end in a moment, and it looks like the track bed has been severed. Just there, look, for a little path, and it carries on again on the other side, look. How weird is that? Piles of old sleepers over there. Track bed curves round to the right a little way. Those two rails in the middle, look, they're going to be what's been cut away and then discarded up the top here. Again, we can see it from this side. You can see where they've been severed a little bit closer to where it went. I need to get myself down there. That is a public footpath down there, by the way. So if I wander through here, and we can, oh look here, it's old track plate, isn't it, that on its side? Yeah, I think so. Let me just jump down here, and piles of concrete sleepers there. But looking at this, look where we were again, you can see where it's just been severed. And there, look, a bit higher. Right there, 1892, 1892. 1892, are you serious? That is old, isn't it? My goodness. There we go again. So, point of reference again, this bit, if you're not local, that bridge we started at is there. Another quaint little culvert there, look. Just comes straight through both sides. We saw that bit earlier. Those buffers we saw near the beginning of this video are just there behind that green fence. So I think we're now going to get up onto this bit, because that's going to take us over towards where the main line is, which we're not going to go onto or anywhere near, as we never do. But I'm sure there's still going to be more so we can cover as we push on down there. So for now, this is as far as we're going to get on this particular bit. The rails, I can see they do continue on. I think I can get around here. There's a really old sleeper I want to show you just here, look. Look at this. And I've got more dates, look. Look at this, move that twig. 1909. That is a solid bit of history right there. And they continue on, look. Here, here, here. You go all the way down. They must, you know, carry on to match up with that other rail we found next to the main A road over there, which was on its own. That's brilliant. Piles of concrete sleepers from later years just there. I need to try and get around there, I think, and try and pick that line up again. Look at these wooden sleepers in the embankment. So this is another track. Those rail chairs were over there, and this is another track that's buried in the embankment, look. So I think we're on the right track, so to speak, to get to the rails again, which we're following. They're just there, look. These are those really, really old ones again, look. 1892 again. 1892. And that one's 1909. It's crazy that the dates are still visible on these. Through we go. So that discarded line carries on there. That looks quite flat over there, as if that was also the other track bed, wasn't it? The one we've just seen the sleepers sticking out the side of the embankment over there. So much to see. I'd heard about this and I've seen a video on it a while ago, but it didn't show as much as I seem to be finding, whether it's because it's the time of the year and I've just come. Look at them all. Straight down there. Ah, so I can see two lots of track there. So this one I'm stood on now with the really old track plates. It's going to be a set of points down there. So back on the original track bed that we were looking at, the one where down there it was severed. Back there, that was quite extraordinary, wasn't it? We're going to push on this way now, and the other line with all the rail chairs is here, look. See? It's going to meet up with this one. Piles of discarded concrete sleepers over here. That's just, don't know where that's probably come from up there before this fence was put up. It's a perfect time of year to do this, isn't it? There we go, look. So both tracks are going to meet. Now it looks like we lose the rails, which is quite curious, but then it looks like it carries on. So the set of points appear to be missing. So I wonder why that little section has gone, but the rest of it hasn't. Why take out a set of points and then leave some of it here? I can't see anything. That's wood. Small sleepers over here from that higher little track bed, look. Okay, so that looks like it's going to get a bit more tricky to get further down, but as you know, I will try my best to get as far as I can without going to where I shouldn't be. Right, I've come up alongside where that fenced off section of railway line is, because there's quite a bit to show you. So that's what we've just been looking at, all these discarded sleepers down there. This side, look at all them. An entire, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks width, at least, maybe 7 over there, of sidings and run rounds. You got to imagine it would have once had rows of coal hoppers and the sounds of diesel locomotives, even steam locomotives, just sat in there waiting for the next turn of duty into the pits. So I'm still able to push down even more. Still lots of discarded sleepers here, look. But if we can get a date again, it was quite worn down on that one. Can't really make that out. Looks like we're back to having a bit of rail here as well. There we go, look. This must have joined on to this yard at some point. Plenty of ballast down, look. We're a lot closer to these tracks as well, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. It is getting a bit sketchy now in terms of how far I'm going to be able to get. There's no rails or sleepers down anywhere, look. I'm assuming this, well, it's buried because the track bed there is lower down, so it's underneath all this. I'm going to keep following it as far as I can. Some more old sleepers there. It has opened out a little bit here, but there's still nothing to see. It's buried, or I don't know, it's all sorts covering it up. Back with these tracks, look, 1, 2 wide there, and it's lower down on the other side. The other tracks are still there. I think we're about 4 wide. Can't really say I'm going to get any further. Don't think. It's looking a bit like, I mean, just beyond there I can see, I don't know if you can see it, there is green fence coming across. The same as this. It's probably about 50 feet, 30 meters down. So I think that may be all we're going to get. Hopefully at some point I've put the drone up for you as well to actually see this yard. But I can't see any way. Well, we're not going to get onto that anyway, because that's just going to go straight onto the active main line, and this is probably still classed as active. Don't know if it's 7 at the junction or not. Curiously, that track closest to me looks a little bit more maintained. Whether if it is connected still, does that still get used once in a blue moon? So I'm going to make my way back down to the other end now, and I think that is going to be it. I might have a little look over that side just to see if we can see anything from a different angle. If I see something, you'll be sure to see it too. So I really do hope you've enjoyed looking at this video and exploring this area with me, the former bustling surrounded areas of Coalville and the railway lines, and all those sidings and the ones that are still there, which I don't know if they're severed or not. If anyone knows, comment below. Be interested to know if any of that is still used. I'm now going to pop off over to start another railway walk and probably a series. Get myself onto the Charnwood Forest Railway. Plenty of old stations along there. The first part is going to be off towards Gracedieu Viaduct, and also there was the ruins there, wasn't there? It's still there. I'm going to take a look at them too. Like, subscribe, please comment below. Get your suggestions down there. See you in the next one. Bye bye.